Hello, hello, my beautiful people. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Goretti and I am the counselor at Butterfly Project. So today I wanted to dive a little bit deeper on this whole idea of self-love and bring up a term that maybe you have or haven't heard of yet. This is something that is really kind of prominent in the manifestation community, if you are into that, but it is called self-concept. And so I want to talk a little bit more about that and kind of break it down and what this means. So when I am teaching my clients about self-love, when we're trying to reprogram the subconscious mind from old negative childhood programming, old negative beliefs, things that no longer serve us, this is kind of the work that I am doing, is helping them to shape and change their self-concept. So what does that mean? Really, self-concept has a few different parts to it. This isn't just about self-love. This encompasses everything. It's self-love, it's self-esteem, self-worth, self-value, all of this. So what does self-concept mean? A few different parts, like I said. There's actually 4 parts to this, so I'll break it down. First one is self-care. So self-care is about meeting our needs, prioritizing our needs. So this means, doing the things like, making sure that we're showering every day, taking care of our teeth, taking care of our physical health, maybe exercising, taking care of, the food that we're eating, having a healthy, nutritious, balanced diet, going to the doctor regularly, getting checkups, that kind of thing. So self-care is more about, meeting and prioritizing our own needs. What is it that we need just, for survival and life, right? And then the other piece is sense of self. So sense of self is how you think and feel about yourself. So this is those affirmations of like, I am loved, I am valued, I am valuable, I am lovable, I am worthy, I am deserving, I am good enough, right? So sense of self really is your self-esteem, your self-worth. And this is where like the imposter syndrome can come in, right? Where, and this used to be something that I dealt with many, many years ago before doing this work on myself. But I definitely had the imposter syndrome where I would just beat myself up over every little thing that I did wrong. And if it wasn't perfect, I would beat myself up, right? So that's the imposter syndrome, right? If I accidentally dropped or broke something, or, I did something by mistake that wasn't intentional, yeah, I would just beat myself up. So when we have a good sense of self, right? When we feel good about ourselves, when we think good thoughts about ourselves, right? That doesn't happen, right? So sense of self is shifting and changing those beliefs around ourself, how we view ourselves. Then there's self-love. Now, self-love is the relationship that we have with ourselves, right? So this is the things that, you prioritize for yourself, that you do for yourself. Just like when we love other people, there's like love languages, right? So how do you show love to other people? Is it, giving a gift, or is it, words of affirmation, or is it, spending quality time, right? So self-love, I actually teach my clients this, to actually, one of the techniques is taking yourself out on a date regularly, just like you would want to do with your partner. You want to do that for yourself too, because you are worthy, you're valuable, right? And so when we love ourselves, we do for others, or we do for ourselves what we would do for other people, right? So this is, let's say if you like giving people gifts, well, you're buying yourself gifts, right? And you're not feeling guilty about it. Maybe it is doing an act of kindness for somebody else. So this is doing it for you, right? Self-love is doing the things that you need to love yourself, but also choosing yourself in each and every moment. Always asking yourself, is this the self-loving thing for me? Is this you know, something that someone who loves themselves would do or say or think. So self-love is really that relationship that you have with yourself. It's spending the quality time with yourself. It's, you know, giving to yourself the way that you give to others. It is prioritizing yourself each and every moment. It is doing the self-loving thing for yourself each and every moment. Okay, so this is something I really try to, you know, drill into my clients in regards to, you know, self-love is, are you choosing yourself in each and every moment? What do you need in that moment, right? And honoring that, okay? And then the last piece of self-concept is boundaries. So this is, what would you or wouldn't you accept in your life, okay? And then setting the boundaries, not only with others, but also with yourself, right? So boundaries could be, for instance, you know, let's say I am not taking care of my body. I'm not taking care of myself. I'm indulging in something. Maybe it's food, right? Maybe I'm eating just like a lot of junk and I'm not, you know, giving my body the proper nutrition, and I'm not eating healthy, and I'm not taking vitamins and doing all that kind of stuff. Well, you know, setting a boundary with yourself, right, is saying like, hey, I can't keep eating, you know, chips and cake and you know, fast food and burgers and fries and stuff every single day, every single meal. I need to set a boundary here. There's got to be some, you know, restriction, limitations. And also setting boundaries is also about enforcing them, right? And saying, okay, if I don't do this, then I'm going to take this away, right? So setting boundaries with yourself as well as others, but also with others, what do you accept in your life and what don't you accept, right? You know, let's say it's about respect. If somebody is being disrespectful to you, are you setting a boundary and saying, hey, like, I don't accept that kind of treatment or that kind of talk, right? Are you setting that boundary with other people and sticking to it and saying, hey, if you cross this boundary, here's the consequence, and sticking to it? Because if you don't stick to a boundary, then really it's just a complaint. Okay, it's not really a true boundary. And so that's kind of that last piece of self-concept. So it's really about, self-concept is really about not just loving yourself, it's having good self-esteem, it's having good self-worth, it is loving yourself, having that good, healthy self-love, it's knowing who you are, it's prioritizing yourself, it's meeting your needs, it is doing what is the most self-loving thing for yourself each and every moment. It's about your thoughts of you. It's about the actions you take for yourself. It's about, you know, setting boundaries, all of those things. It's about, what do I allow and don't allow in my life, right? So self-concept is kind of like this umbrella term that is used, but these are the pieces underneath it. So self-care, right? Meeting and prioritizing your own needs, sense of self, how you think and feel about yourself, self-love, the relationship you have with yourself, and then boundaries, what you're allowing and not allowing into your life, what you will and won't accept in your life. All right, so these are the important pieces to that self-concept. And so when we're talking about increasing your self-worth, your self-value, right? Because everybody is valuable. This is where, I mean, affirmations is really just one technique, but then there's all these other pieces to it. And this is actually where I dive deeper in with my clients in something that I created called the Life Pie. And so if you've, you know, been a client of mine, you know exactly what this is all about. This is where we encompass all these pieces and put it together to shift and change the concept of yourself, your self-concept. All right, my loves? So it's not just about self-care. It's not just about self-love. It's not just about self-esteem and self-worth. It is all of these things collectively as a whole for us to be a whole, complete person. All right, because that is the healthiest way to be. Okay, so one other thing I want to say about boundaries is you know, when we're talking about things like codependency and stuff like that, that's also where this falls into place. So if you are somebody who is very codependent, you know, or maybe independent, like, you know, where it's the opposite, it's like two ships sailing in the night, right? We don't want that either in relationships and stuff. So depending on that, right, we want to be interdependent, right? And so this is where, you know, setting boundaries with yourself and others kind of comes into play. So that's also a piece of that, you know, kind of puzzle, right? So this is what I wanted to say about self-concept. I hope that this was helpful for you guys. Please share this video with anybody you think it might help. Don't forget to do all the things, like, share, comment, you know, down below. I absolutely love hearing from you guys. I respond to all of you guys. If you're new to my channel and not subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I would absolutely love to have you here as part of this ever-growing butterfly family. And yeah, don't forget to hit the bell icon button so you get notified when I post new videos. And you guys, I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you're doing well, and as always, I wish you all peace, love, and light. Until next time, bye bye.